Thank God for the chili. Okay. All right, so tonight we're going to be talking about, meant to be. All right, so first activity, in groups of 3 or 4 just near you. Don't move, okay, just with people around you. Answer this question. Make a list of about 5 things that you do just because it's fun, okay? Really quick. You don't have to write.
I'm going to forget. Watch movies. Work out.
Right, thank you.
Especially if you're bad at shop, whatever. We were founded by I have like
All right, now that you have a few things that are fun, make a list of about 5 things that you do that might not be fun, but they have a purpose, okay? These things might be like exercise, taking a shower. So make that list, Second list.
But you do them for
I would cross the board.
All right, combine lists with a group of people near you and figure out what are the differences in your just for fun and for a purpose list, okay? So like what makes them be on that list? So combine with a group near you and compare your lists. Go.
Shower. That is for purpose. I love showering, but I do it for purpose. What did y'all say?
All right, everybody, let's sit back down. Now that we have an idea of what is on our fun list and what's on our maybe not so fun but is important list, the question is, on which list would you write dating? All right. Everybody, one clap. 1, 2, 3. All right. So today, or tonight rather, that's what we're going to talk about. That I see there's kind of 3 stages to dating. So we're going to talk about that. But first, we're going to talk about people's worst first dates, okay? So you can look at at Jordan and Cohen to you. I was really into this guy, but I was so nervous on our first date that when he told me, "You smell good," I replied, "Thanks. I use both of my nostrils." That's embarrassing. All right. On my first date and my first time at a sushi place, I decided to order 13 rolls. I thought rolls meant individual pieces of sushi. The server had to push 2 tables together just to hold them all. Oh, imagine like you're the guy and you're just like,
This guy will have nothing.
all right. I was walking ahead of him and got into the car parked out front before he could open the door for me. He knocked on the window and yelled through the glass, "This isn't my car!" That's embarrassing. All right, at the end of the night, he acted like he was going in for a kiss. Then he put his whole mouth over my nose and blew into it. He laughed and said he does it to his dogs and calls it a puppy trumpet.
And her name is I inspired to be.
Yeah, Snooky Cookie 16.
I do not want to be here now.
All right. The first time I met my wife, she was convinced there were 52 states in the U.S. When I suggested there were only 50, she called her brother, who confirmed that there were in fact 52 states. Oh boy. Some of you don't get that, and that's sad. All right. I once spilled soda on my crotch while pulling into my date's driveway. My first words when she answered the door were, "It's not pee." If your date starts with "it's not pee," it's not a good. All right, last one. A friend once set me up on a blind date. I wasn't in a great mood because I had received a traffic ticket a few hours before. My day got worse when my blind date turned out to be the cop who gave me the ticket.
Really funny.
Hey, did you get out of it?
I don't think so. I think it's too late once it's in the system, you know. All right, so here's what we're going to talk about. Dating is allowed, but it's not always good for you, right? That might surprise you for me to say dating's allowed. You're like, the youth pastor is going to get up there and say, don't date ever. After you're married, you can date. But that is not the case. It is allowed, could be good for you. So if you have a Bible, turn to 1 Corinthians 10, 23 and 24. If you need to, you can just look on the screen.
23, 24, 10.
Darian is fact-checking all my note sheets. I love it. All right. Somebody read these verses for us. Cecily, let's go.
All things are lawful, but not all things are helpful. All things are lawful, but not all things build up. Let no one seek his own good, but the good of his neighbor.
All right. So I believe that dating is a lot like that verse where Paul's saying all things are lawful, but not all things are helpful. Okay? So I know what you're thinking. You could be like, all right, I don't need any information about dating, so I'm going to kind of like check out, whatever. See you next time. But I'm going to show you why it's important to know about dating before you're even ready for any of this. Okay? So I need somebody who's super strong, very manly, going to show me a good time. Yes, Willie. You're right, Willie. Let's go.
Thank you for volunteering, Willie.
All right, Willie, come here.
Willie.
I'm going to move this. All right, Willie, here's what's going to happen, okay? Wait, stand right here. Is this, what? Did you sew that onto your own shirt? All right, here's what's going to happen, Willie. I'm going to hold this against my chest, and then you're going to have, put your finger on this. Put it. All right, from 1 inch away, you're just going to punch as hard as you can. Straight into the book. Oh, I think you do. Come on. Samuel?
Let him do it.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. You don't want to hurt me?
Yeah.
No, sit back down. No, you're staying. Hurt me, Willie. Come on. From one end, so you got to go like this and then punch me. Y'all got to make sure he doesn't pull his.
That's the Bible.
That's fine.
That's not fun.
The Bible is the sword. Do it.
Let's go. All right, punch.
No, you have no force behind that.
Come on, get Connor too.
All right, sit down. Sit down. Samuel, let's go. Show me a real punch. All right. From 1 inch away, so like put your finger on here.
Your finger.
Yep. And then punch me as hard as you can. Go. That's all right. Okay. Wait. It's my turn. All right, stand here. Don't hit my laptop. All right, you got to hold it against yourself.
Move your MacBook.
Okay. Hold it tight. Yeah. Give it, yep. I'm going to move this.
Good idea.
All right, brace yourself.
Yeah, because actually,
Okay?
Put 1 foot behind you.
yeah, because you're gonna fall. You're gonna fall back.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a black.
There you go. All right, thank you. Sit down. See? Now, the difference between Willie's, we'll call it a slap, I guess, an open hand slap. Willie's and Samuel's and mine is not that I'm more powerful. It's that I'm a black belt. I know how to punch. It's true. Like, the whole difference is that I know that I'm not just slapping the book. Okay? The power comes from these two through here, and into my left foot. That's where it hurts, because I didn't just hit him. I pushed him with my left foot. But I did it so fast y'all couldn't see. But see, the difference is I had the knowledge. Therefore, if you ever get in a fight with me, you better hope I'm more than 1 inch away. All right. So, what does that have to do with dating? Well, don't punch people you're dating. That's not... All right, but here's the thing. You can be technically allowed to do something, and it's still not beneficial, okay? So, get ready for some typos. Thanks, Darian. You might be allowed to date, but you know that dating isn't right for you right now. You are technically allowed to date, but it's not beneficial for you to date, right? Or you're dating someone right now, but they don't treat you with the respect you deserve. Then it could be, yeah, technically it's not wrong to date, but it's not helpful. It's not beneficial for you to date. Or you're dating someone, but you know it's more about what you get out of the relationship than your love for that other person. Or you're dating someone who is distracting you from your walk with God, then it's maybe technically allowed, but it's not helpful. Okay, here I'm going to illustrate the difference. If I sat down with Leah, my wife, and I said, Leah, so what am I technically allowed to do at work? Right? Can I go out on one-on-one lunches with other females? Can I hold their hands? Can I... Yeah, what's going to happen to me? Yes. I am dead. Okay? Yes. But that's the difference between technically allowed and beneficial. If I'm pushing the boundary of what am I technically allowed to do before it's wrong, then it's not helpful to our marriage, is it? It's the same thing in your life. If you're pushing that boundary of what you are technically allowed to do, is it wrong? Then you're already in the wrong place because you're not looking for what's helpful for you in your relationship with God. So, there are 3 steps of dating. It's that big flow chart. They're going to be casual dating, exclusive dating, and marriage. It's on here twice. There you go. All right, so first we're going to look at casual dating. And, if you look up casual dating in the Bible, you will find nothing. Okay? So, like a lot of things, the Bible doesn't say very specifically, but it talks about other things, and it gives us wisdom and insight into dating. So we're going to look at Psalms 139, 13 and 14. And then I'm going to quiz you, and you're not going to know what I'm talking about. Who can read this?
Not me, but
No.
You said 139. It says 1.
It is one. What? It is 139, not 119. That's wrong. All right. Yes, Connor, read it for us.
All right. For you formed my inward parts. You knitted me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works. My soul knows it very well.
All right. So what does that have to do with dating? Right. It doesn't make sense at first, but here's what it is. It's saying that God knows you, right? He knew you before you were even born. How many of you know yourself and what you're going to be in the future? No.
Guess what I'm going to be.
Yeah, we all have a guess. And they're probably all wrong. I was going to be an aerospace engineer. Now look at me. I love it. I did not like engineering, but I do love this. Now I am, well, I prefer deacon. I don't like the demon. So the point is, dating casually helps you figure out who you are, right? You're going to figure out what you like and what you don't like, and you're going to get to know each other, which is good, okay? God knows who he created you to be, but you haven't figured that out yet, which is why casual dating is important, okay? You're figuring out who you're going to be. You're going to figure out what kind of wife or husband you're going to be when you date people casually, what you like and what you don't like, okay? I know that Leah doesn't like it when I type on the computer, okay? But that's all right. But if Leah didn't like the way that I smell, I mean, she should probably date somebody else because you got to smell that person for the rest of your life. Okay? So, somebody getting
I think you smell great.
She uses both of her nostrils. All right. So, just like we talked about Wednesday with our life being a bullet, right? What happens if you put a bullet in a campfire?
it pops.
It's going to pop.
It pops like popcorn. What happens if you put a bullet in a gun and you pull the trigger?
It pops like popcorn.
No, it's not like popcorn. I don't know what popcorn you're eating, okay? But if you put a bullet in a gun, it's going to go very fast in a single direction, and it's going to hit whatever it's pointed at, okay? What's the difference between the fire and the gun?
The gun's more lethal.
Well, yeah, the gun's more lethal, but why is it more lethal?
Because it was made for
Guns kill people like a transformer.
Okay, we're getting kind of the same answer. It's because the gun, when it's loaded, it's in the barrel, and the bullet is going to be focused, and all of the energy goes in a straight line down the barrel where it's pointed, okay? In the same way, instead of just having energy explode in all directions on Netflix, right? Your life is potential, and if you aim it at the right thing, and you put your energy aimed like a gun at the right thing, you're going to be a lot more effective in what you do. Okay? So, that's my kind of pitch for don't put a lot of energy into something until you know who you are and where you're going, what God's called you to be. Or else you're going to waste a lot of energy doing a lot of dumb stuff. Yeah, all the adults are like, mm-hmm. The kids are like, nah, I don't believe it. All right, exclusive dating. This is just good stuff, okay? If everybody makes fun of me, it's fine. So if you say, all right, yeah, does this person share my love for Jesus? Okay, if you're dating exclusively, not in like groups, casually with friends, if you're like going on one-on-one dates and it's getting serious and it's getting physical, ask yourself, does this person share my love for Jesus? Will we help each other grow in our faith? Can I see us growing together for a lifetime?
Write this down.
right? Yeah, this is important. And then like if it's like, I really love him, but I can only be around him for 2 hours at a time. Don't marry that person, okay? That's a bad sign, okay? But here's the kicker. If you answered no to any of these questions, you should not be exclusively dating. If you answered no to any of those, guess what? Step back and go back to casual dating. Because you're getting way too serious. You're getting too far down the path of the wrong road. Okay?
Or like don't date them.
Or don't date them. Which would be still moving backwards, right? Because we're going down. Yeah, I'll let you keep writing.
And I see.
You know what they say? The most progressive person is the one that turns back the fastest, right? If you're going down the wrong path, the most progressive person is the one that turns back first. No, that's not what I'm. Progressive means like ahead of your time, out in front, progress. You have progressed more, right?
Guys, I wish I had this type of lesson when I was your age. I'm just saying.
Get ready for this next point, because this is the one that hurts the most. If you're sitting in the audience right now thinking, I'm too young for marriage, then that's the whole point. If you think you're too young for marriage, you're also too young to be dating exclusively, because that is the first step on your way to marriage. Okay? If you're like, I'm too young for this, then yeah. Because the purpose of dating is to get married. Okay? So I'm not saying don't date. I'm saying be smart about it. Date more casually in groups. Don't be like 110% in, because then it's going to hurt a lot more if things go sour. I often like to say it's a good thing that everybody I know did not marry the person they were dating when they were 18. Very few people can say, like, I married the person I dated when I was 18, and it's good. Okay? Like, just across the board almost. Bad situations. Some people do, but don't assume that you are that person. Okay? All right. So, Ephesians 5. Oh, yeah. I had these on here. I need to get better at this. The purpose of dating is to lead to marriage. All right, so Ephesians 5:31. Who wants to, yes.
I can read.
Kennedy. Oh, what's up? Yes. You look better than me, though. All right, so Kennedy, read Ephesians 5:31.
Therefore, a man shall leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. This mystery is profound, and I am saying that it refers to Christ and the church.
All right. So this is saying that marriage is supposed to teach us about our relationship with God. And it's profound and it's deep. And so that's the whole point. Like, y'all ready to go that deep? Okay? It's not something to be taken lightly, because it's something that's a lifetime worth of teaching. Trust me. So, what if I want to date? I'm going to give you some dating tips. I know what you're thinking. Why is this nerd giving me dating tips? I'll tell you why. All right?
Mary knows more than all of us.
Because, yeah, first of all, I've been on more dates than you. Okay? Second of all, I've been to more proms than you. And third, I've been more married than you. So, let's go. All right. Boom. Dating tip number 1. This is a good one. Yes. Focus on building your relationships. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm so glad I put this in here. So, if most of your time together is spent staring at screens, Sorry, I had to cough. Staring at screens or not speaking or being physical. Are you really building a relationship? No. The answer is no. Next, date in groups. Like we've said, it's a great way to get to know somebody, but take all of the pressure off of getting way too serious, way too fast. Right? Next one. This is a hard one. Set good boundaries. This means physical and emotional. What is a boundary? Can somebody tell me?
How far you're
A line you don't cross.
Right. A boundary is like what Trump wants to put a wall on. Okay? Yep. Like now you all know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? That's a boundary. So, all right, who watched the Super Bowl? Who was sad? Who was sad at the outcome of the Super Bowl? Everybody that matters. Please. Yeah, they're two separate. Two separate. All right, so if, all right, the coaches did not go into the Super Bowl and say, here's our game plan. We're going to get in there, then we're going to see what happens, kind of feel it out, and then we're going to come up with our plan. We'll know when it's time. We'll know when it's right. No, that is a terrible plan. That coach will be fired, okay? But that's how we live our life when we're like, I don't need to worry about setting up boundaries right now. It's fine. I don't need to make decisions on how far is going to be too far or how emotional is too emotional or when I'm going to say I love you. I don't have to do these things now. But guess what? If you set those to a later date and you're like, I'll figure it out when I need it, guess what? It's too far. You've lost, okay? You will see this time and time again in your life. You have to decide how you're going to respond before the situation happens, or you will default to your, I love this phrase, so I'm going to teach you guys, okay? So there's this Navy SEAL, he wrote this book. He's super smart, okay? He says that people do not rise to the occasion, they fall to their highest level of training, okay? In the same way, when you're like, I'm going to rise to the occasion and I'm going to set my boundaries when I meet that limit, that's not what's going to happen. You are going to fall to your highest level of, I have made a commitment to not do this. And if you don't believe me, don't do it and come back and tell me I was right. Okay? So, next, date a Jesus follower. This is the biggest non-negotiable. If you are dating somebody who's not a Jesus follower and you are a Jesus follower, guess what they're going to do? They're going to drag you down. Okay? It's like a moving sidewalk in an airport. Okay? If you're going the wrong way on a moving sidewalk or you're going the wrong way up a down escalator and you stop moving, what's going to happen? Yeah, you're going backwards. Okay? It takes a lot more energy to go the wrong way. Or what happens if you go the right way on a moving sidewalk? You feel like Superman. You're like, look at how fast I can walk, right? That is what I do every time. Right? Exactly. So in the same way, if you're dating somebody who's not a Jesus follower, they're going to make you slower. But somebody who is a Jesus follower, it doesn't like even out. They're going to push you forward. Okay? And then finally, date with purpose. That means ask people who are smarter than you questions. That might even be your parents. Definitely me, okay? Definitely smarter than you guys. No, but like ask your adult leaders, but be open and honest, because that's how you're going to make wise decisions, okay? So, what is the point of the lesson?
Don't go by feeling.
No, the purpose of dating is to lead towards marriage. Yes.
Why do we need to learn this now in our lives when we're so young?
Because.
We need to have a game plan for the future.
I'm in 6th grade.
Because do you want to go into the Super Bowl?
I
No.
There you go. I feel like y'all all did a great job answering that question.
I need you to think of 2 men.
All right.
Y'all are 2
So now here's what we're going to do. The guys are going to go to the guy room. High school girls, chill room. Middle school girls, stay here. When you're done, just no question. It's just like general discussion about the lesson. When you're done, you can dismiss to Chili.